Hello. Welcome to Mystic Moons. Now, everyone has noticed the energies are very strange, very strange, very strange for the end of the year. Doesn't quite feel, it's Christmas coming, it's Hanukkah, it's all these holidays, Ramadan. Many holidays are coming. The end of the year, we should feel joy. But at the same time, we're feeling joy. We're also feeling some sort of strange uneasiness. And the uneasiness comes from so many different sources, so many different paths, that you have to even wonder, as we see nations upon nations blowing each other up, doing things. Oh, this is my property. Don't put your foot over here. This is my boundary. This is your boundary. All these types of things. At the same time, while we're having all this territorial angst, murderous angst towards each other, I'm going to blow you up. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to take control. All this posing. I'm bigger. You're smaller. I can eat you up. Or not. Or I just feel like doing it. I don't like the way you look. And we see violence against violence against violence, against people that don't even know each other, people in cities, people on campuses. In the United States, we have many issues of things that are happening to strangers upon strangers. And they just feel, well, I'm going to cut your neck. I'm going to blow you up. I'm going to pour acid on you. All this abandonment to the evil, to the negative. And of course, people are just really emanating what their country, their leaders are doing. The United States can't help, and other countries too, Israel, Pakistan, India, when you do violence against each other as a collective country. Of course, your population, you're giving the okay to people in those municipalities, in those places. I want you to see the background. This is a book called What is America Doing? What is America doing? And I'm an American, and I have to ask these questions. And this is a move from a movie that Mystic Moons made a while ago. And we also made like just a sketchbook on it. All right. We're going to have to see. Now, where does this angst come from? Why do you hate your neighbor? Why do you hate your fellow human being? Now, we do know that as a race, we're being observed. Yes. So how about we relax? Okay, let's look at this now in a rational or just a calm mind, a calm, mindless mind. Trying to get all the thoughts of worry, the thoughts of what ifs, or just just too far out to even think about it, because this is far out tarot. This is thinking about things that to some is not so far out. It could be perfectly logical. Of course, if you have two interstellar that you know of, or interstellar two that you can see, objects floating around your star system, your solar system, and coming and exhibiting traits that you haven't seen before, then you start to get nervous. Then you can start to get nervous. And there's a lot that the governments of the nations are not telling us. But there's a few little hints. First of all, these interstellar objects. Now, if the sun didn't rise, you'd have a strange feeling if your sun did not rise, right? If the moon was gone, you'd have a different type of feeling. It would affect you. Well, then the same thing is when you have something new that pops up that doesn't adhere to normal ice, dirty snowballs. Like you could say in a way, you can just short it and say that the comets are, or the things in the sky are either fireballs, meteorites, call them fireballs or dirty snowballs, comets. But however, these objects in the sky are having their own personalities, they go beyond our description of a comet, of a dirty snowball flying through the sky. No, there's something going on here, and the governments know about it, but we are just not being told. And all these governments that know they keep the top secret information to themselves. Are they trying to grab resources or so they can appear more powerful for the visitors, the interstellar visitors that are on 3IATLAS and R2SWAN. Now, R2SWAN is, you don't hear too much about that yet, but R2SWAN is bigger, 100 times bigger than 3IATLAS. Now, 3IATLAS is supposed to be the size of Manhattan. I think the size of Manhattan, that's a pretty good size object that has peculiarities. Now, R2SWAN is going like 3IATLAS goes this way. R2SWAN goes this way. So they're they're covering their bases. They're like, hey, they're tagging each other. And another thing too is peculiar that they keep on telling us that the appearance of 3IATLAS is in the same place it was announced in the 70s. I think 1970. 77. It was announced through radio contact, boom, boom, pulses. And these interstellar objects have come from the same area that the radio waves were first noted from. The same area. That looks like contact to me, doesn't it? Does it seem like contact to you? Now, they have so far been very passive to us. Very, very passive. They are not putting energy waves, energy beams at us and blowing us up. But they've said some things. And even the fact that they've had, now we see these blurry images for the most part about 3IATLAS. However, better shots are not released to the public. And there's been speculation that 3IATLAS has about 7 or so spacecrafts that are guiding it and tagging along for the ride, so to speak. They call them, like exhaust pipes from like your car, your vehicle, or the airplane. No, they are separate. And these radio signals are the heat waves, the colors have changed again as it nears. It's going to come in closest to the Earth in about a week. One whole week. You could say that the message that is not being trickled down to all of us is something that's making the people, the leaders of these nations, uptight and crazy. You know why, too? It's not so much that they would bring, ray beams and destroy us all and disintegrate us. That's not, no. It's the fact that when these visitors from somewhere, well, of course, these visitors have a much higher technology than we can even dream of because they're here and we're not, right? They're here. We're not at their place. They're at our place. They're in our solar system. We're not in their solar system. And the fact that the world that we function in, for the most part, believes that United States, including NATO, including BRICS, including, the world has this centralized top to bottom control. Now, And it has all these, this is the way it is. Now, all of a sudden, the centralized power with this announcement, convergence, which is hello, hello, how are you? I'm from, several galaxies away, and we're watching you. Do you ever see somebody watching you? We even on Mystic Moons, who's watching you? Well, who is watching you? Who is watching you? And we think some pervert or some, biscuit eating, popcorn smacking, greasy fingertip person is watching all the cameras and doing this and doing that. A person with no life is watching 24/7 or something like that. The news feed, a security guard, someone like that, with a whole bunch of monitors in front of them. But this is something different. This is more advanced. This is something that is out of our limits of thought. In fact, we can't even go down in polite conversation and go, I think there's aliens up there. People would look at you still to this day, even though humans are not the only beings, intelligence in the world, in the galaxy, in the universe, probably even on Earth. And the fact that these countries, these nation states are keeping this information, that the fact that there are seven or so tag along safety vessels around 3IATLAS, they call them all little, spurts is stardust, or are they vehicles, or are they probes? Are they machines like we send up to other planets in our galaxy? Probes. Are they? Now, they know something that we don't know, or that we have not heard them say. But what if, just what if? Now, let's ask the energies. All right, you're all relaxed. And we're sitting tight because we're not taking a trip per se. But we're going to take this vintage deck, which kind of stays the old surf system, the old guard system. Old guard. Now, let's just grab our energies together. And let's just say, what if these intelligence, this off-world intelligence that's come to observe us. Now they're just watching us. They've been to Jupiter, they've been to Mars, they've been to a few of the moons, and they haven't, and it hasn't disintegrated, going perihelion across behind the sun. It hasn't dissolved. Now, what is the consequences of having all that knowledge? Is it trying to make police state, trying to have all these, police dogs everywhere, robots everywhere, and just warfare and just this angst? Somebody with the knowledge, like, Trump, for instance, he said that he would tell us a year ago what all these things in the sky were. And we do have this amazing budget, trillions and trillions of dollars for Space Force. And clicks in my mind, clicks in your mind is Star Trek, Star Wars, things like that. Stargate. What if that stuff was really real? What if that stuff was actually not fiction? And we're being, soften up, decade after decade after decade of different humanoid-looking beings, and other through anime, regular cartoons, short stories, some of them. And of course, it's always demonic. It's always this. Maybe they have, this is probably, we're showing the highest state that we could show, but they're looking for something to see if we're good or if we're bad news. And as we threaten to blow each other up, as we threaten to throw each other up, how much is the risk do we earthlings, earth animals pose? That's what they're assessing, Could very well be. They're not going, oh wow, I want some of these humans. Ooh, 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 ooh. No, they're not doing that. They're not doing that. You're not doing that. They wouldn't waste all their money. And then the fact that maybe we're treating other creatures, other beings of the earth, the whales, the bears, the tigers, the insects, in the manner that we do. And how we treat our fellow humans. That's another thing they're noticing. Like, I don't suppose that everything is peachy and hunky-dory and cool elsewhere. But however, what kind of class level are we? Are we a subclass level? Do the rest of the world, the universe, even the world? We can't even move around in our world without having all these tags and all these, I hate you, I hate you, I hate you, I'm better than you. Oh, horrible people, ignorant people, stuff like that. So we have a lot of imbalances, a lot of ego artificially placed. We have a lot of I'm rich and you're poor. Now, of course, alien, the off-world human, off-world intelligence doesn't care about how much little shiny gold things you have or how much territory you're patrolling. They don't care about that because it's all subjective. It's all, do you want this species? They're asking and observing us to see if they want this species to continue to run around. Huh? Do they want us? That's what 3IATLAS, closer and closer and closer. What if it just as changing color? It was the pale green, like the pale horse of the apocalypse. If there is an apocalypse, is the end of what? Our oneness. The humans are the top dog. It's the end of. The end of our supremacy, the end of our ego, the rebalancing of where we stand in the universe. All right, look at this one. It's upside down. The hanging man. This is all upside down. Let me see quickly. So I'm going to flip them. I'm going to flip them all because I don't deal with reversals. So, timing card, the hangman. This could be their positioning. This could be the positioning. You can just see that certain leaders are trying to gather their forces together so they can make a formidable offensive or defensive towards something that is not of this world. Now, you cannot even think that they are the leaders and their constituents, top tier constituents, are sleeping well, knowing 3IATLAS and R2SWAN is in our solar system, and they're saying messages. We're not hearing the messages, but they are sending messages. They're sending messages to you and I. To you and I. Do you hear it? Now, we've had trips. We could have a trip right now. We could just remote view and just relax. Calm yourself. Leave the atmosphere, the stratosphere, the ionosphere, and go up, 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 up. And we could, up there, and we see things. We can see things. Can't you see things? No, I'm not doing free readings. We're trying to find out that this war crazies that are going on, United States against Venezuela, United States in the Middle East against this country, it's just escalating. Russia and Ukraine and the NATO countries putting all these weapons and bombing and destruction. And look at Gaza. Look at Gaza. Look at Sudan. Look at Somalia. Look at these countries. It's so bad in this country on the precipice of what if. Even the United States has cut out. The United Nations in New York City has cut out. They're in Nairobi. 2/3 of United Nations so far is in Nairobi. And it's quiet. It's quiet. Why is it quiet? Why is it quiet? So that's what we're talking about. We're talking about the chaos. And there's going to be more chaos because as this thing nears itself, and we're not going to believe the fluff story because it's not going to go away. And of course, as I mentioned in the past, we've had scientists who have put their little flyers out there, Earth people. It's been going out there for maybe 40 or 50 years already, something like that. Of Earth people, what we look like, how tasty we are, because hey, we eat cows, we eat pigs, we eat dogs, we eat horses, we eat whales. Why wouldn't, and some of us eat each other. Why wouldn't another off-world intelligence find us tasty too? Us. Why? If you ever look at a human being skinned, and I've been to med school for 1 year, it looks the same as any other mammal. White and dark meat. Muscle tissue is muscle tissue. So don't think that they're going to not look at you and not think that you are edible. Some will have you as edible. So others, no. Others, no. But there's not one species out there. There's many, 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 many species. And that's where the fear comes in, of which it's been played upon. Instead of quietly going about our duties and learning and elevating ourselves and helping others, we're there spreading fear of something that's not familiar. The Queen of Cups. So, the Queen of Cups. And we can speculate what kind of Queen of Cups this is. But it's almost with the war talk that we've had from 13 different spots on this planet, and they're growing every day because we're waiting. I mean, what is the end? The end is where is it going? I'm going to obliterate you. I'm going to. We're not saying I'm going to help you do this and do that. No, we're not. We're going, get out. Get out. Get out. I'm going to give me your oil, give me your silver, give me your lithium. I want the robots. I want the robots. I want the robots. I want the software. AI is God. God. It's the religion of AI. Now AI is not all that. Come on. And we're just being fed it because it's another distraction. It's another distraction. Yes, you could program a machine to turn off and on. You can to blow bombs off, to do this, to do that. But the intelligence behind the machine is supposed to be on a higher, more empathetic, more incorporated level. Have you seen these businesses that do nothing but the machine, the answering machine? Hello, how are you? My name is Betty. I can do this and do that. And can I help you? Do you realize how boring people? Live Asia, the same thing. That these spaceships, these motherships. These are not spaceships. These are motherships. 3IATLAS, the size of Manhattan. R2SWAN, 100 times bigger than 3IATLAS. They're looking to do something. They're looking. And they're looking at us little specks of what? Of what? Lower energies? Lower energies? The King of Wands. The King of Wands. Somehow this King of Wands does not feel like it's emanating from this this King of Wands could be the assertion of these interstellar objects that are going in and out, nose combing our solar system. It is our solar system. We're not the only ones in it. And they are, too, 3IATLAS is going around spewing, they say the elements of life, RNA. RNA is activated by two major things: hydrogen cyanide, and I think it's, let me see, melatonin. Melatonin. I'm pronouncing it wrong. But it's going around giving off, like Genesis, the creation. Now, or maybe they're giving wake up pixie dust to their viewers. They've been here before. I mean, just because we only live like 70 or 100 years, and we go, people that reach 102 or 103 or something like that are like colossal giants. Other life forms, life beings, interstellar beings, intelligence. I mean, they don't have the same time constraints as we do. They don't have the same vision. They can see further than we can see. We're so limited. Maybe that's why we're so mean to others. Maybe that's why, because we recognize certain things and we're at the mercy. Like, we have lots of gods and goddesses, Devis, lower G gods and goddesses, and we call each other the one, the chosen, the this, the that, the better, I'm better than you. You're lesser, I'm greater. You're savage, I'm civilized. Now, intelligence off-world doesn't care. And they look for something else. When you're looking for a pet, it's an analogy. You're looking for a pet. You're not going to go get yourself a pet gorilla. No, you want a cute little lemur. You want a cute little monkey with big eyes, sweetness. You're looking, even when you want a dog or a cat, you're not going to get yourself a mean lion or tiger. No, you're looking for something that you can communicate with. This is what they're looking for. They're looking for what is our potential. What our potential is. Our potential. What is our potential? Blowing each other up to smithereens so we look like, grease, Gumbies, deflated trash. Magician. A lot of cards that we have here. High cards, the Hangman, the Magician. And then we have the King and a Queen. The King and a Queen, Magician. Yes. You can almost think that the magic that we are being told is the lies, the nonsense. It's a comet. Don't worry, go back to work, do your thing. Work. Don't pay attention. I'll tell you what it is. It's nothing. Go to sleep. Morons. That's what they call us. Morons. You can tell them anything. Anything. As they tell us in the United States, take more drugs. Smoke pot, take drugs, take pharmaceuticals. Forget it. You got nerves, you got mental problems, take this pill for little twitches. That's how they do it. Yeah, that's how they do it. So it's almost as though the Magician, now we have in the sky a lot of things, and we're like, and we're not too groovy either. We're not too cool. We're not cool. United States people, among other people, are not cool. I mean, we see things. Don't trust your eyes. We see those chemtrails dropping all those heavy metals on us. We see our snow looking like brown snow, doing some kind of ricochet, a crazy warped nano bugged dance. We see pink skies. We see too many things. Oh, don't trust. Oh, it's nothing. It's nothing. It's nothing. Just work. Just work. Oh, find it. Then we see. What do we see? I mean, we're not being told nothing. And there's been shots. It's rumored to be shots of 3IATLAS having dome-shaped structures on its surface. Huh. That's something, isn't it? And too, there's like the moon is, well, we could do another reading on the moon, but there's other countries, other countries that are much more, they respect their population more. They tell them more up front. So it's a juggling act. And they think that getting more chaos, maybe these interstellar off-world beings would not be interested in such a discourse, such a chaotic race of creatures such as us. But then when they see them, now if you saw a bunch of cats, for instance, cats, Mystic Moons is a cat person, a bunch of cats who were harassing other types of other cats, what would you do? Or dogs who were harassing a bunch of other dogs, little puppies, little this, little, or just doing it because they could. Wouldn't you think something's wrong with that particular bunch of dogs who were harassing peace-loving other puppies and dogs? They would have that kind of impulse or outlook towards us, the war people, the mean people. And do you see that Hopi legend coming to pass? Hopi legend passed on. That the Trump administration has adapted with the red hat, the MAGA hat. Like they always say, Hopi say, that a man with a red hat, who's the leader of a strong nation, will have war from the east and war from the west. And just as they're clamoring down upon the man with the red hat and his nation, which is highly developed on many levels, in the sky will have an appearance of many, many, many ships, airships, who will make a decision and say, and they will be the governance. And that's what we have. They could have this war going on simply because of who is and who won't be the governance. Thank you for the likes. Think about it. Are we acting crazy on Earth because of what is out there watching us? Good morning. Good morning. How are you? What do you don't you think it has to have, that they're not telling us they're not showing us. We can sense something is coming, and it's not like Christmas presents under the Christmas tree or a few bottles of liquor for the New Year's. Something's coming. Something's coming. Convergence. How long are they going to keep us in? We've been in the dark. It seems like every 80 years or every 100 years, because they had a lot of stuff happening in the 1800s. We keep on like quiet. At the meantime, that these little organizations, these secret organizations, they build faster and faster and faster. They build their, they build their followers, their private followers. They build their tunnels. What do you think? Artemis Nelson. Nice name. Web Feet, what do you think? What do you think, Web Feet? Do you think that people are acting crazy because People are acting crazy because there's pressure. They want to hold on to what they have. They know that a spaceship can come over here and say, hey, you suck. Bing. You don't belong here. Your stuff is my stuff. Your stuff is my stuff. Why wouldn't they? Maybe that's why they're trying to say there's too many people in the world, because if they can get less people, they can have more things and feel that they can have more weight against the interstellar intelligence that comes around and says, you suck. And that rich person's going to go, so what? Boom, 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 boom. And they'll go, pursue, pursue, pursue. It's a thought, isn't it? Energy seems to point out that there's central control of all of us. It has a tick, 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 a timing to it, like the hangman. Let's just pick one thing about this. Just curious about this Queen of Cups that we got. Let's just look at this one thing, Queen of Cups. This Queen of Cups. Generally, its energy is, let's see what it is. Let me just see, Queen of Cups. It's speaking to me. Queen of Cups, this one. Judgment. We were just talking about judgment, weren't we? We were just talking about an alien race coming here to according to the Hopi legend, which is also pushes it, but an alien race coming here to see who's good and who's bad, who stinks and who doesn't stink, who is oppressing others, who has the most potential worth developing, worth helping to develop, worth guiding to develop, worth acknowledging, hey, you have good souls, you have good energy. And other people, you stink. You stink. You're hollow. You're murderous. Now we meet something with intelligence, which it is here. Just imagine what they'll say. Well, if you like to comment on this, think about it. Can you imagine if you have all the riches in the world and then you go, it's more and more and more and more and more, and then something's watching you. Because you just watch everybody else anyway to make sure that everybody gets close to your goodies, your things, right? Right. But just the effect of having these interstellar crafts in our solar system, and they know that they do. A lot of people do know, but we are not the only ones. But they like to keep the masses into political crap and believing stupid things. Good morning, good morning, good morning. And keep you only in that phase of saying good morning instead of what kind of morning is a good morning. Well, wake up, everyone. Wake up. Wake up. Because we are on a roll. We are into finding out, and we're going to take some remote viewings. We are going to travel and find out and contact. Why shouldn't we? Why shouldn't we? We don't need equipment. We just need to have the right frame in our consciousness. Give our auras. We can read our auras. You can tell who's evil, who isn't evil. You can. I appreciate the likes. Thank you very much. And think about, are these objects in the sky? Like even meteorites. Who's guiding those meteorites and throwing it? Maybe they're just warning us, behave, behave, behave with these meteorites. We have sinkholes. All over the place. Florida, Turkey, everywhere. They just appear in the city. Chicago, New York, LA, lots of things everywhere. Mexico City. If you'd like to help the channel, we would appreciate it. We're here all the time until we just can lift off, and communicate. Open everybody's psyche. That's why we just use hands. We don't want to get you caught up in our personalities. Mystic Moons doesn't. Just, of course, we're sharing. We just move that psychic energy inside of yourselves. Grow it. Accept it. All right. Until the next time. Bye-bye.